What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Against All Odds podcast. I'm here with Panin and Mfon. That's always it's going to be a struggle for me to say that this whole year. But let's roll the intro and let's get started. Okay, before this video even begins, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, ChaosSoccerGear.com. It's a young brand. They have a very cool soccer pump. They're actually introducing t-shirts, some sweatshirts, and they have my favorite is the Aztec or Mayan ball that has some really cool designs. High quality soccer ball for like $80 or so. So check out them. Their link will be in the description if you guys are watching on YouTube at ChaosSoccerGear.com. And if you guys are just listening, that's Chaos, CHAOS, SoccerGear.com. So let's get into the podcast. Panin, let's introduce you. Panin, give me your full name and your age right now.
My name is Panin Watchmensa. Watchmensa, like hyphenated name. And I'm 25 years old.
25. And then Mfon?
My name is Mfon Sunday Udo.
Mfon Sunday Udo. Like Sunday?
Yeah, like Sunday, like Sunday.
Yeah.
Monday, Sunday. And I just turned 28 today.
Yeah, this is Mfon's birthday today. And he got cake on his head all day.
Yeah.
That was
fun in the locker room.
Man. And that was immediately after I just took a shower. So I had to shower again.
Why did you take the shower before? You know that's going to happen.
No, I didn't see the cake. You know, sometimes like when on Michael's birthday,
yeah,
they brought the cake the next day. So I actually thought probably the cake was not there.
Yeah.
I was just surprised after taking my bed.
I was like surprised, surprised.
I was just so happy, and
yeah,
the cake was stamped on my head.
So
but it was fun. It was fun though.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, for what we do for anybody's birthday, actually lately, it's you started off. It was yours first. For Panin's birthday, when's your birthday?
2nd March.
So you just turned 25, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
for the players' birthdays, we grab like a little cake we get it from Walmart or so, I don't know where they get it, but they smash it on their heads. And Panin was the first one to get the cake just smashed on your head.
Well, I need to wash my hair for like 6-7 times before the cake goes off.
But Z was very lucky.
Yeah.
What happened?
Z.
We forgot.
They forgot to stamp it on his head.
Forgot about Z's birthday?
Yeah.
No, they brought the cake. But that day we trained at Oru.
Yeah.
So they just brought the cake. He took the cake.
He ate it.
And he ate it?
Yeah, he ate
the
it.
cake.
Yeah, so he didn't get the cake smashed on him. But it could be worse. Last year was way worse when people would just slap each other.
Like with eggs and
yeah. And then so you guys are both from Africa, right?
Yeah, I'm from Nigeria to be precise.
Nigeria and then Ghana.
And I'm from Ghana. Yeah.
Okay. And
we're literally like brothers.
Yes.
you guys are
Ghana,
brothers.
Nigeria.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Not far, and we have something in common.
Yeah.
Like sort of religion, you know.
And so you guys were both born there, and then how long did you live? You lived there your whole life?
Yeah, I lived there all my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was born and bred there. I've lived all my whole life in Ghana.
Okay. And then so is this your first time leaving Nigeria?
No, I've gone to so many countries, but this is my first time in
America. Okay, I knew this was something first. So where else have you lived besides Nigeria?
Lived? No, I've lived all my life in Nigeria. I travel to places. I come back.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. So you've traveled a lot, but you've always your home base has always been in Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Okay, and then you lived in Portugal for a long time.
Yeah, I lived in Portugal for like 6 years.
And you just got your citizenship, huh?
Yeah, now it's still in the process.
It's still in the process.
Yeah.
How long is that going to take?
Probably like 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you lived in Ghana until like when did you leave Ghana?
I left Ghana at the age of 18. That's like 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And I went straight to Portugal.
Okay. And then Portugal for how many years do you say?
For 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
And then you came straight over here after?
Yeah, right.
Okay, dang. Yeah, that's going to be cool. I'm really curious about this because I usually get a lot of just Americans who it's like the normal kind of like setup, like the upbringing, the normal like, go to college soccer, do this.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good. It's going to be a different experience. And then Gucci, as usual, will be jumping all over the place. So
Mimi, you want to come over?
Gucci, that's my bag.
Gucci.
Mimi's my fiance.
Oh, yeah. So she's a girl, she got confused, Hey, Gucci, come over here.
Okay, so tell me about Panin. Let's start with you. Let's go through like growing up and everything with soccer. Did you always play soccer from like the minute that you were pretty much could run and play?
Well, I started in an academy in Ghana called Feyenoord Academy. Like the mother team is in Holland, Feyenoord Rotterdam, and they had an academy in Ghana. That was Feyenoord was basically the first academy in Ghana.
Oh, wow.
So I played there for like 7 years. I went there since I was a kid. That's where I learned about more into football. So, yeah, I started my career in Feyenoord Football Academy.
Okay. And then did you, like, when you're growing up there, did you, like, always want to be a professional soccer player? Was that, like, your goal?
Man, I think it's every footballer's dream to be a professional player. I mean, you don't, unless you don't have the aim and unless you're not determined to be like you're playing just for fun. But since I was a kid, my intention, my dream was to become a professional soccer player.
And you have a twin brother too.
Oh yeah, I have a twin
Yeah.
brother. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, we are so identical, you know.
Like, I saw your picture the other time. I couldn't even identify which was Panin and which was.
I know.
Oh come on, man! I'm more handsome than him.
No, I don't agree to that.
Honestly, Panin is how do you say Kakra, right?
Kakra, yeah.
Kakra.
Kakra.
Yeah,
Kakra, that's his name?
him and Kakra, his twin brother, look identical.
Yeah.
Panin's slightly more handsome.
Yeah, not slightly. Like I'm way better.
I don't agree with that.
Kakra's.
I think Panin is more taller.
Yeah, I'm taller.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm taller than him.
Okay, so Mfon, when you were growing up, did you just start playing in the academy when you were young too?
Yeah, I did, but playing in Nigeria was very, very difficult. It was stressful too, but this is what we love to do. We had to do what we got to do. We got to we kept the faith. We kept training, even if it was so frustrating. So I started playing, and what's the name? Majesty Academy. Later, I played in what they call Youth Fun Academy before I went to a team called Diamond Stars. Before I started playing pro, so I've been playing all my life. I noticed this talent when I was still in school. You know, every single time I had a little break, it's football. I couldn't even stay at home. I have to go out with my friends, play football. Well, what can I do? Today is paying off. So I'm so glad.
You just played all the time, huh? Just
I
trained
played all the time. That's what I've been doing. That's been my vision. And today,
when you first started, was it the same thing? Like, did you want to be a pro?
Of course, I wanted to be a pro. Like, I didn't feel like doing any other thing aside playing football. Yeah, like doing other stuff. Wow, that might be like a side, but football was just the main target.
And like, were you guys like Panin? Were you one of the better like footballers in your area? Like, even in the academy or anything?
Well, in my area, I would say yes. Yeah, I would say yes, honestly, because they didn't have a lot of, football players around my hood. So, like, me and my brother, like, we were, like, special. Like, thanks be to God, you know, twins are special, you know. So, in my area, I would say yes. In the academy, there were a lot of talented players there, you know. Like, this is what happened in Ghana. Like, when they opened their Feyenoord Academy, they'll have, like, a tryout, like, with 50 players, and they'll only choose like 4 from the 50. So that was really difficult.
Wow.
So I went, I had the trial. I had the opportunity to play in the trial in 2005 with my brother. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. My brother made it. They chose my brother over me, you know.
Really?
Well, it was good, yeah, because the manager said, he plays better than me. So they chose him. He went there to 205, and I came home. I cried a lot. My father had to comfort me. My mom had to call me and encourage me. So I came back home. Like I stayed like 1 year, trained every day. I didn't feel like going to school. You know, I just wanted to play football. And to see my brother like far from me, I just had to train hard. And I went there. Like they had like another trials in the following year, 2006. Bro, I was the first person.
Yeah.
To be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So 2006. So how old were you? Like, were you
2006?
10, 11? What year were you born?
Come again?
What year were you born?
What year?
95.
So 11?
Yeah, 11. We're about.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's been.
That's crazy though. So your brother made the team the first year.
Yeah, in 2005.
And then
I didn't make it. I cried from the academy to the house. I cried. I cried for like three continuous.
Yeah, I can imagine.
3 days continuously. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like every player's been like cut from a team or something, but like to have your twin brother to make it and to see him like doing
well. And the
well.
funny part was like we have like 2 trials. You know, we have the first trial in Accra, which is the city in Ghana, the capital of Ghana, Accra, and then you have the final trials in the academy. that's where they're gonna. I mean,
see.
they're gonna pick. So I made it in Accra, and then the final trial was in Academy, and my brother was like sitting there watching me, like cheering me up, like let's go, Panin, let's go, you've got it. So I would just take the ball, dribble everybody from the center, and I mean, it was a great experience. And after that, like I had my name, I was so excited.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. And so what city are you from?
I'm from Accra.
You're from Accra?
Yeah, the capital of Ghana.
Uh-huh. And then, Mfon, did you so you bounced around from a lot of academies, that's what you're saying? Or?
Yeah, I did. Let me explain like this. You know, the academies had great, for example, we in USL, there's MLS. So I had to bounce like from grade to grade, from grade to grade. Like I was upgrading though.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
so you're slowly going up and up like every year?
Exactly.
So did you start towards the bottom then? Like,
I started from the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I started from the bottom, and it was crazy. It was hard. It was difficult.
And you said it was frustrating. Why was it frustrating in Nigeria?
Frustrating, you know. You have to go to trials, like Panin said. You have to go to some trials. You have to get turned down. You have to keep trying. There was a particular time I went for a trial. I was picked, like Panin said, I was picked in a city called Calabar, and we had the final screening in a city called Port Harcourt. So when I was called on around 8 p.m. at night to report in Port Harcourt, I stay in Calabar. So I was called to report in Port Harcourt on next day, 8 a.m. and this was 8 p.m. And this place is like should I say like how many hours? 3, 4, 5. Like 5 to 6 hours, and it was already late, so I couldn't move that night. And I was asking them, how am I gonna make it? Yeah. They said, we don't know. Just find your way there, because of the passion, because of the drive. Exactly. Sometimes you have to just sacrifice a lot of things.
Right. Yeah.
So I said, man, I'm gonna take the risk. I moved that night to another city called Uyo. The next morning, I moved to the Port Harcourt. When I got there, they were like, sorry, you came late. There's nothing we can do. I'm like, I tried. I even made it this morning. They said, no, there's nothing we can do. I was there. I had nothing in my pocket. I didn't even know how I was going to go back home. I had to call my mom. Hey, this is where I find myself. And they were like, there was no money at home. So I had to find my way back. It was stressful. I was hungry. I was stranded. So you see all this kind of disappointment. But that didn't stop me. Rather, it was actually giving me a thick skin. So I absorbed all those pressure, all those disappointment, and the rest of them. And kept moving ahead.
It's true though. Like if you go through, you have those moments like that are like crazy, stressful, and hard. Honestly, when you go through those again, or you go through similar situations later, you're like, you have more confidence because you're like, I've done that. Like I've gone through.
But it's not with every individual. Some people just break down. And
Right.
So it's only for the strong.
Yeah. So why do you think? So it's like you guys are both like you guys have gone pretty far and had pretty good professional careers already and continuing to, but why do you think that like you guys made it to the professional level versus all of your peers, during like where you're from and everything?
Well, I think as Mfon said, it's all about sacrifice. Yeah. If you want something, you just have to sacrifice. You just have to aim the things you want in life. Just don't dream. Just dream to live it. You just have to sacrifice, determination, because without sacrifice there's no victory. So you just have to sacrifice.
Well, in my own word, I would say I have one quote I use. I don't stop when I'm tired. I stop when I'm done. Let me try to equivalent this to life situation. For example, you're in the gym and you set a target. Okay, I'm going to cycle for 30 minutes. Good resistance, maybe like 7, 8, and you go like 15 minutes. And you're already tired, like your legs are weak, you feel you can't continue. And like, you just feel, I'm tired, let me back up. But I'm not that kind of person. I finish when I'm done. So I have to go to that 30 minutes. Yeah. So some people, some of my friends back then, they were tired, they backed up. They didn't have that resistance. And when like I said, if you're tired by 15 minutes and you could make it to 30 minutes, you have a lot of resistance. You understand what I mean? Yeah. So they didn't have that resistance. They were fed up. They couldn't continue. So it's just like a marathon. You run and your strength doesn't carry you back up. So we ran to the finish line. Yeah.
It's all basically mentality.
Yeah.
Mentality to go through the sacrifice.
Yeah. Very strong one.
What do you think the biggest sacrifice was for you? And like when you said sacrifice was the main thing, like what has been the hardest sacrifices?
The sacrifice I made, I mean, family is everything. But there was this one man, after I failed my first trials, there was this one match I called my coach. He was kind of my coach. He told me to leave the house for like 2 or 3 weeks to stay with him and just train consistently. And I mean, just leave everything behind. And it was a great moment because on that day, like that time, that part of my life, I had no school. So it was time for me to actually have fun with my family, have a nice time for my. But I left that and I went with my coach like for three weeks, training morning, evening, every day for like 3 weeks. So I like before the trials, I felt my body like I was like, yes, this is my time to make it, And God being good, I made it in the trials. So that's the big sacrifice I made.
Yeah, and it's like even with your family, because you're twin brothers in Portugal right now. You're over here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and is the rest of your family in Ghana still?
Yeah, right.
So
right.
I mean, that's literally all different ends in the world.
Way, way, way too big.
Yeah, and then Mfon, is your family?
Where's my?
All your family's in Nigeria, right?
Yeah, all my family's in Nigeria.
Do you have anybody that you know like in America, or you just by yourself?
I know a lot of people in America. I have so many friends here in America. I have some in Texas. I have some here in Tulsa, rather. Also in Tulsa. I have a lot of friends here.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good that you have like a lot of like
I do
connections over here.
Yeah, but like today's my birthday, so I think I'll be hanging out with few of my friends from Nigeria. Yeah.
That's sick. And you get to come on the Against All Odds podcast, which is, that's the best birthday present you can ask for.
Yeah.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Big shout out. You have to give me a shout out. I brought you here,
Okay. Give me a shout out?
Give me a shout out, bro.
It's not expensive. I'm right here. Okay,
it's very expensive.
Shout out to my friend Panin, my brother. I call him Chale.
Brother for life. Come on.
Like
don't leave my hand.
In Ghana, like a friend, very close friend, they say Chale.
Chale.
Yeah. So this is Chale. Yeah. So let me say in our own, we call it broken English. Like speak the English anyhow you can. Like probably somebody that is not from America or from the English speaking country. Trying to
understand
to create in English. My brother, how you doing?
I do well, my brother. How far?
We just say more can help my guy.
No say today be your day now. You for enjoy.
Say that you know where we go come out. Do you understand what we say?
I can only pick out words.
That's funny,
I got enjoy. I got my guy. I got my brother. That's about it.
Yeah. But you could actually learn it. It's
easy,
interesting, and it's fun.
Because sometimes, like with Toby's talking with Solo and Rafa, sometimes same thing. Like I'm like, okay,
what did he say?
I don't know. Sometimes, my guy. Let's go. And then so that is funny though. And so because it's like, what is? Don't you have like a dialect, right, that you grow up speaking? Or is it just the broken English?
We were colonized by the British, so we speak English.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have different tribes in Nigeria. Like my tribe is called Ibibio. Only in my state, like for example in Oklahoma, Oklahoma has different cities. Like in my state, we have different cities, and almost all the cities speak different languages.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then, but English is the one where like everybody talks.
English is just basic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same in Ghana?
Yeah. We have a lot of tribes in Ghana also. But I'm from Ashanti region. That's like 4 hours drive to the greater city of Accra. So it's like 4 hours. But I'm from Kumasi.
Kumasi.
That's in the Ashanti region.
Okay. And then Panin, how did you go from like academies in Ghana? Were you with that academy all the way till you're 18 or so?
Yeah.
And then, so how did you go from there to Portugal? How did you get that connection?
Well, so it happened this way. We had this relationship with Feyenoord Rotterdam in Holland. So most of the times, like they take the best 3 or 4 players that did very well in the year, and then they take them to Holland for trials there, or they take them to Holland or Belgium or Germany. But I didn't have that luck to go to Holland. But then we travel like every year to Holland for a tournament. We play like 3 tournaments. We go to Holland, we played like 1 tournament there. We go to Belgium, and then we go to Holland, Germany, and then we come back to Ghana. But there are always like gonna be like 3 special players that travel like individually for trials.
I see.
But I wasn't lucky enough, so I didn't get the opportunity to go there. But then I had a great year. That was when 2013. I had a very great year in the academy, and the manager from the academy knew an agent in Portugal, and the agent was basically looking for a winger. So since everybody knew I was the hot man on campus, I was the hot man in the academy, they was like, Panin, this is your time to shine.
Yeah.
So I was there. Like there was one day the manager called me. I was like, hey, you're doing very great. You've been fantastic. So you've had an offer in Portugal in the team called Braga, and this is your time. Just go make it. Go give it all out. So like, thank God, finally my time is here.
Yeah.
So that's where I had my opportunity. And I grabbed it,
What in Braga is that like the second division, first division, or
it's a premier?
Okay, yeah, and then so that's crazy. So you go from just playing academy to
but I was 18, so I went to the juniors.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for me, I had injury there, and I didn't stay there.
Injuries are tough. But yeah, that's insane. And then so did you? Same for you. How did you make that transition from like because you were progressing up and up with your career?
Yeah, but I played almost all my games in Africa. Like in Europe, you have the UEFA Champions League and the Europa Cup. In Africa, we have the Confederation Cup and we have the Champions League as well. So I've played a lot in that particular division. Played in Nigeria, qualified for the Champions League. I played in the Champions League in 2016. I was the highest scorer in Africa.
Yeah.
I made the CAF 18. Like I was on the reserve. CAF 11, like FIFA 11. I made the CAF 11 like that's in Africa. But it was CAF 11 players based in Africa. So I made 11. I was also nominated for the best player in Africa based in Africa. So from that breakthrough, it's all over Africa: Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco. So it was a limelight. It was limelight, and we had a lot of televised matches. So I did very well in those competitions, and I had a lot of offers too. So it was like let me just say like YouTube. Everybody's watching.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Same. So like you were playing in front of a lot of people.
I just had a breakthrough. Played for the national team, and that was just that.
Yeah.
So it was just progressing. It was moving up there.
Yeah. And then in Braga, what injury did you have?
I had an ankle injury. I had that. I was not lucky at all, I had that ankle injury just before departing from Ghana to Portugal.
Oh, I see. That sucks.
Yeah. But then I need to stay strong because it was a great opportunity for me. So I just needed to, stay strong and just grab it, But unfortunately, when I arrived in Braga,
it became worse.
Just making worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you still tried because you still had some resilience.
Yeah.
Did you go with your brother? Did the Cocker go with you? Or?
No. That year I would say I was doing better than him, and he was having a lot of injuries.
Yeah,
that was very bad for him.
Injuries, that's the thing with injuries. It's like one bad injury or a string of injuries can like set you back like a long time.
The fact is, injury is inevitable. You can't just run away from it. It comes.
Yeah. It's going to happen. Yeah.
Right.
It's going to happen.
You just have to be prepared for it,
Yeah.
Mentally strong and all.
Yeah, that's. I feel like every pro footballer has had it like a year where it's like terrible, where it's injury after injury after injury, whatever. It's terrible. So it didn't go too bad in Portugal because you were in Braga, but then you didn't go back to Ghana.
No,
so
I didn't.
So you stayed over there, yeah.
Yeah. So after Braga, I had the news that they didn't wanted to stay with me because of the injury and all that. My agent found another team for me in the second division, and I went there to play, and I did really well there. Thank be to God, And the following year, Braga, I had a lot of offers in Portugal. I had like Braga, I had like Vitória Guimarães, I had Marítimo, I had Gil Vicente, I had Moreirense, like 6 teams. I forgot,
Wow.
like 7 or 8 teams, but I forgot the rest. But then my agent had a good connection with a team called Marítimo. They're in the Premier team also. So he has a good connection with them, with the president, and then he decided to take me there, and that's where it all started basically.
I see.
Yeah.
So Braga wanted you back, huh?
The following year.
That must have felt good.
Yeah.
Panin is a big player.
Oh, come on, look at you, man.
Big player, Panin.
Look at Cup player.
Panin, big player. I didn't know this about Panin.
Yeah.
You're a big player, man.
When did your brother come over? The year after? Or?
exciting news. The following year, I went to Maritimo, the team. I went. The same year, my brother had an offer to come to that team.
Wow.
Same agent? Like he was using the same
No,
agent?
it was a different agent.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It was a different agent.
What a coincidence.
So like I heard him, he was coming over to Portugal, but then I didn't know the team he was coming, you know. So he contacted me, was like, "Hey, do you know this team called Maritimo?" But I had that team before telling him that I was going there, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, you're coming to Maritimo? That's my next move, you know that?" He said, "Really?" I said, "Wow, I can't wait to see you, you know." So I went there like 2 weeks after he came. No, I was happy to see him.
Wow.
You know, he did great there.
Like
And
you guys were in the same team?
yes,
Wow.
but I was in the B team, like the second team, training with the second team, and he came like training with the second team. And 1 week or 2 weeks, boom, he went to the first team.
Wow.
And I was still training in the B team. I was like, am I not doing enough? You know?
Yeah.
But honestly, that's like, as I said before, honestly, he's better than me, you know? So the first team coach saw him, was like, this guy is playing more than Panin, you know? So
Yeah.
they took him to the first team. He went to like the preseason with the first team. He had everything to stay with the first team. But then, he had a little misunderstanding with the agent and the club, and
I see.
He didn't stay there, yeah.
Damn, we got to talk to Mike. We got Panin. We should have got Kakra.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Maybe one day.
And then, so how did you said the same thing, you were playing and you got noticed by the Nigerian national team because you had some big games, televised games and everything. How was your time with the national team?
Yeah, it was cool though. I didn't have a lot of time to play because there were so many big players, you know, going to the national team. You know Mikel Obi? Played for Chelsea.
Yeah, he's a big
Oh,
player.
yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of big players, so you know, I didn't have much playing time. You know, I just go there, maybe 5 minutes, and the rest. But it was fun, you know, mixing up with these big players that have played top class football.
Yeah.
But it was also fun, and I stayed with a team called the Enyimba. I think I stayed there for 5 seasons. That's why I played my trade, and it was a big team in Nigeria, a big team in Africa too, with a lot of good records, a lot of cups won, and it was fun there too. And I think that is where I actually got announced in our league in Nigeria. I got announced in Africa too. I made a lot of exploit there. The team actually did so well, won a lot of trophies. I won a lot of trophies there with them too. I won the league, I won the Federation Cup. I went to Champions League semi-finals.
Was that the league? Was that the year that you were like lead scorer and everything?
No. That's a different year.
That's a different year. That's a different year.
Big player.
But I did a lot of exploit in the team. Even like till now, I'm still the highest goal scorer of all time in that particular team.
Wow.
I set a record in Nigeria, highest goal scorer in a particular season. The highest goal scorer. I scored 23 goals in a football season. It's very difficult in Nigeria to score goals in Nigeria. It's very difficult, and I broke somebody's record of 20 goals, and I scored 23. Till today, that record still stands. Nobody has broken it yet.
That's crazy.
And you calling me a big player?
No, you're a big player. And 2 years later, in Africa, I played 4 matches. I scored 9 goals in the Champions League, in Africa, CAF Champions League, and I was also the highest goal scorer too. Last year too in Nigeria, I was also the highest goal scorer. So I've been the highest goal scorer in Nigerian league for twice. So it's a huge achievement for me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So in that team, the team I left in Yimba, no player has scored the kind of goals I scored. Like the numbers are still there. So man, the team actually announced me. It made me famous in Nigeria. It made me famous in Africa, and I put in a lot of hard work, and
It paid off. Huh?
it paid off today.
Yeah.
Here we are. We're still working hard. MLS, big leagues.
The journey
Premier
continues,
League.
huh?
What?
The journey continues.
The journey continues. We don't stop when we're tired. We stop when we're done.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's pretty insane. First of all, it's a pretty good resume. And then how is the full, like I've never heard of, I've not never heard of it, but I've never seen like a Nigerian Premier League game. Like how is the like the quality is good, obviously, but how are you treated as a pro? That's what I'm like curious about. Like were you training like every single day, like nice fields and everything?
Yeah, good for you. You train every day, some days off. Like normal routine.
Yeah, normal pro routine, everything. What do you compare it like that to like the setup and everything with teams over there and with the USL?
Man, Nigeria is more difficult.
Yeah.
Like we train a lot.
I'll train a lot more.
It's Africa. It's Africa. They believe so much in strength.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to be physically very fit.
Yeah.
A Nigerian player can play 150 minutes without feeling anything. Physically very strong. Like 150 minutes without feeling anything.
Yeah.
So it's always very difficult game of contact. Nigeria was very difficult, honestly. I have to confess.
Yeah.
But it was tough, and it built us up for the challenges ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
So it wasn't like a punishment. It's training. And when you train, it's called practice. You learn. So it actually shaped us up for moments like this.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what like I pictured, honestly, very physical, very like tough, like very high quality players, but like it's just a struggle. Like it's a lot.
Struggle in terms of, I mean, not talking about Nigeria, but in Ghana also, you know, in terms of the field, in terms of the training grounds. I mean, it's nothing to be compared to Europe, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, you can't. A lot of bad stuff, and most of the fields are that's sort of like the one we have at Titan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And most of them are very hard. So following on the ground, man, you stand up with some scars, some wounds, you know. It wasn't funny, but it was cool.
Yeah.
Nice experience.
Yeah, that's
like
good.
we can we're sitting down right here, we can tell the story.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're made for moments like this, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's pretty insane though. I would love to go. Honestly, I would love to go over there and then just like because that's what I want to do. I want to go to like different countries and see, like, watch soccer all the time.
You need to go to Africa. I mean, Africa is a great.
You gonna invite me over?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I can come to Accra.
I'll treat you good, man. I got you in Africa, man.
Good.
We got you,
man.
Yeah.
We got you.
Sounds good. And then, so how did because that was like 2 years now in Portugal, but how was the last 3 years over there? Like, was it good? Any injuries? Like, all good?
Yeah. I still faced a lot of injuries. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In Maritimo, I had a knee injury, meniscus, that I stayed out for like 6 months.
That's a long time for a meniscus, huh?
Yeah.
Was it just a bad
I had it,
tear?
but I was training with it, you know.
Oh, I see.
I was like struggling with it, but it got to a point that I couldn't endure the pain, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to go for an exam, and they saw that it was like meniscus. So I had to like stay out doing nothing for like 3 or 4 months, doing treatments, and then recovery for like another 2 months, you know. So that was like basically like 6 months.
What was the best time in Portugal?
So my contract with Maritimo was like 1 year after I didn't sign there, and I went back to like a second division, a team called Vizela. They never saw me play, but it was through my agent, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I made it there because of the injuries I had before. So, but still, my agent managed to get me a team. They never saw me play, but they believed in me, you know. They believed in the agent also. So my first year in the team, I did very well. I played like 23 matches, and I scored like 8 goals.
Mm-hmm.
Back from injury, you know, it's not that easy, you know. Mm-hmm. So they offered me another contract, and that the first year that I played there, the 8 goals I scored, I also helped them to qualify in the Portuguese Cup match, facing premier teams like Moreirense. I scored the only goal. I came from the bench because I had a shoulder injury. I came from the bench. I scored the only goal. Great achievement for me also. And the most exciting and great moment of my life is, scoring the winning goal of the game to help my team gain promotion to the first division.
Wow.
Dang.
Great.
Dang, that's sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. And then you're fluent in Portuguese now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
half Portuguese, half Ghanaian, you know.
Because Panin will talk to
Maicon?
like Maicon and Rodrigo all in Portuguese, like because they're from Brazil and everything. And even last year we talked to Janu from Portugal, with Portuguese. So how long did you stay when you were over there until you felt like you were like conversationally fluent? Like how many years did it take?
It took like 3 years.
3 years?
3 to 4 years. Where about, yeah.
And your brother is still over there now,
Yeah,
right?
he's there.
Yeah. And where's he at now? What team is he at now?
He's in Tercens in the 3rd division in Portugal.
Uh-huh. And then how would you same question like ask Mfon, like how would you compare like that league with the better things that are over there or the worst, whatever, compared to like the USL?
It's different,
It's hard to explain, huh?
Hard. Yeah, it's kind of complicated
Yeah.
to explain. But then you can, from Europe to the US, the league is
It's quite different.
very different, not quite like a huge difference in the league,
Mm-hmm.
Like in Europe, I would say like the best sport in Europe is soccer,
Yeah.
But in America, I mean, soccer is not really a big
Basketball.
sport,
Yeah.
Basketball.
Basketball.
America is known for basketball and baseball and all that. So in Europe, I mean, there's a lot of challenges, a lot of, competition, a lot of, great talent players in Europe.
Mm-hmm. That's why I know. And when I was over in Germany, you could go down to like the 6th division and see some like really quality players.
Right,
And you're like,
right,
wow,
right,
this guy could be a pro.
Exactly.
It's
It's very, it's good, just, in life, you have to face challenges. You have to face, you have to fight for what you want,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can see that this player is a good player, is a great player, but then you have to believe in yourself always. That what he does, you can even do better, You just have to keep going, fight, train, and all that.
Yeah. Have you had any like injuries or like, because it sounds like your career's been like boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, like really good.
Of course, every footballer normally has a setback.
Yeah.
And we play from the front row. Injuries are always one of our problems because we get kicked. We receive the kicks from people like you guys, the defenders. So we're prone to injuries. I've had couples of injuries. I've had minor setbacks, but I didn't let that stop me. I still kept pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then have you had like, when was the moment, did you have any moments where you thought that you were going to quit at all?
Yeah, I did. There was a point I had an injury on my right knee. I had an injury on my right knee, and the doctor diagnosed, and he said I needed surgery.
Mm-hmm.
That was just the way out. Like I needed surgery, and my team was feeling reluctant to get me to the surgery because it was expensive, like in millions.
Yeah.
So they couldn't. They didn't want to do it. They kept me waiting for so long. I stayed to like 8-9 months.
Uh-huh.
Man, I felt I wanted to quit. But man, we don't quit. We don't quit. We still keep pushing. I kept the faith. I still believed that I could get better. But do you know the mysterious thing about that? I didn't get the surgery.
Really?
No, I didn't.
It just healed on its own?
Just healed on its own.
And it took 8 or 9 months for it to heal, or? Whoops.
I just woke up one day. I said I was gonna play. I just woke up, I felt my leg. I felt I had some strength. But let me tell you one thing about the injury. I'm a Christian, like a real Christian. When I say I'm a Christian, like I'm a real Christian. I believe in the Word of God, so I have to bring that here because that is what actually helped me. I went to my pastor in church. I told him I was having injuries. I told him I couldn't afford the bills for the surgery. This is where I am. I'm frustrated. I'm down. Like, I think I'm gone. But he said, nah. He said, there's nothing God cannot do. If God could raise the dead from the Bible, if God could heal the sick, then this is just a minor thing. He prayed for me. 2 weeks. I played a full match. And
That's pretty crazy.
Hold
That's
on.
pretty crazy.
No, hold on. I'm not even actually done. 2 weeks, I played a full match. In 1 month, that's when I started playing the Champions League. That I was the highest goal scorer in Africa.
Wow.
Played the first game, I scored 2 goals. Played the second game, scored 2 goals. Played the third game, scored 3 goals, hat trick against one of the hardest teams in Africa. Played the last one, scored 2 goals. So I scored 9 goals in 5 games. Okay, there's one I played I didn't score. So I scored 9 goals in
5 games.
with the same leg that the doctor said.
You need a surgery.
Damn.
I went to check my leg because I was like, I don't understand. I went for an examination again. They were like, why did you come here, man? You're okay. I'm like, really? So God worked miracles. So I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ, and He has done a lot for me. So
I gotta talk to this pastor.
No. Anytime I talk, I can't just rule that out.
Dang, that is.
I just have to make it known to everybody.
That's insane, though.
That God still lives.
8 months of sitting out and thinking that like you need surgery.
One month I was doing exploit.
Dang, that's crazy.
Like even my team, they were surprised when I got on the field. I said I was gonna play. They were like, no. The doctors were like, I said no, I'm gonna play. You guys have not been taking care of me, but anything that happens, put it on me. No problem, because you guys and you were not doing anything. So I got on the field and they were like monitoring me. I played. The first game I played, my boss was like, if you go inside the field and you come out because of this injury, I'm going to sack you. And I said, yes, no problem. Wow. I played the match, man of the match, in Côte d'Ivoire. And they were like, Ivory Coast, yeah, in Abidjan. And
I speak French too.
Yeah,
Côte d'Ivoire, yeah. Merci.
Côte d'Ivoire.
S'il vous plaît.
Je ne comprends pas.
Exactly.
I don't understand. So that was that. The first match I played, I was the man of the match. And everybody was just surprised, man. How did it happen? They came to me. How did it happen? I said, trust in the Lord your God, and He will make your ways plain. That was just that. So that was just the miracle.
Your knee, no problem since then with it.
Do I play like someone that has a problem?
Well,
no, I don't.
Well, I don't know.
So since
Sometimes.
then, 2016, till now, like till death, I ain't got no injury.
That's wow. Knock on wood.
You can see.
That's awesome. That is pretty crazy though. Honestly, that's a very, very crazy story.
No, you sound like you don't believe in that.
Why?
That's how you sound.
No. What am I supposed to say? You were out for 8-9 months, and then all of a sudden you came back. Like,
Boom.
Doesn't
that shock you?
Yeah, that's
miracle,
insane.
you know?
Yeah, that's insane. It really is insane.
So
that's good though. And then, Panin, what do you think was like your hardest time, like playing, and where?
My hardest time.
Yeah, like where you thought you were gonna quit. Did you ever have those moments?
I've had surgery on the same knee.
So injury too is what happened.
It was the same meniscus. But then this time I needed a surgery. So I mean, getting my first surgery in my life. Like I don't like injections, you know.
I don't think anybody likes those.
Yeah. But then when I was told that I was gonna have surgery with the meniscus, I cried that day. I cried because we qualified. We had this tournament. We had this cup game going on, and we had the opportunity to play with Benfica. You know, wow. Benfica is one of the best, great team in Portugal. Yeah. So it was a great moment for me to expose myself, you know.
Yeah.
Because it was going to be, on television and the radio station. So I played all the games, but then against Benfica, I had a meniscus and I needed surgery. So it was a really, really bad time for me. I cried that night, the night before my surgery. And I prayed to God that it will be a successful one. The funny thing is that when I got to the hospital, I was going to the room, you know, the theater. When I saw the machines there, I wanted to, run away because I was like, no way, I can't do this.
It's scary, huh?
Very, very scary, very scary.
Yeah.
But thank God, I'm healthy, I'm strong.
Yeah. No, there's nothing really worse than realizing that you do need surgery. And then going into the doctor's office and seeing the lights and needles and everything hooked up in you.
Bro, I tried to stay awake, you know, like what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do to me, man? So by then the doctor came closer, you know, talking to me, gave me injections, telling me about the elections in Ghana. In that year, Ghana had an election to, select for the presidential candidate and all that. So I was just talking to him, I slept. I went
just
off,
out.
You know?
It's crazy, yeah.
But I've never been in that situation, so man, it's just like a fairy tale right now.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you don't have to.
No, I don't have. I don't want. There's some experiences I don't want to even get through.
Yeah. No, it's tough. Injuries are always, I think, the toughest part, because then like that's the problem too. Is so many players like you revolve your entire life around football, and then when you're injured, like that's your whole life pretty much, you know, and then you can't have it. So it's tough. This is always something too that I always am curious about. So when you're over there playing, I always super curious about when you're over in a different country, like even what you guys are doing now, What do you guys do for your off time? Because obviously you have your training, your workouts and everything, but in your off time, what do you do to pass the time? Because you have a lot of free time as a footballer.
Yeah, we're lucky, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes once a day, you have a long day off to rest your body, you know. Been working so hard, so I mean, definitely your body needs to rest, you know. Well, my day off, I just relax in bed, chill, you know, talk to my family, talk to my friends, play video games. But when I feel the body is really, really tired, when I get home, I just sleep right away, man.
Sleeping, huh?
Yes, I sleep.
That's I think honestly that's a change I made in like the last year is sleeping more. Because I would stay up like editing videos or doing stuff and I'd get like 6 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep sometimes. I've like changed it. Now I get 8 hours minimum every night plus an hour nap.
Damn,
I love
good.
sleep now.
The body needs it.
It does. I feel so much better. I really do feel way better.
Exactly, you will.
Is that the same thing with like free time? Just rest, let the body recover, sleep.
I think I'm the most boring person. Like when I step into my room, I don't go out. Stay on my phone.
Yeah.
Talk to my wife. Talk to a few friends, and boom, off I go, sleeping. So like I'm so boring, man.
I'm
so
boring too.
But I think maybe it's because I don't really know the places. But I've started stepping out a bit. But today's my birthday. I think I'm gonna take myself out.
You should,
You
Go see some friends, enjoy
it's a special
it.
day. I mean, you have to make good use of it.
I've never taken myself out on a birthday. I'm not a birthday person.
Yeah.
Like every day is my birthday. To wake up every day is just a miracle.
Yeah,
Nobody's
right.
guaranteed tomorrow. So when I wake up, it's my birthday. I wake up today, it's my birthday.
So you're saying that we can put cake on you every single day then, since every day is your birthday?
Man, I'll be so glad.
Okay, remember this.
Hold on.
Yeah. I've
gonna-
noted it.
Who's gonna buy the cake? Cake.
I'll buy it. I'll
you
buy it every day.
Like every day?
Yeah.
So like literally you be spending like $12 every day?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
$12 in 1 month. How much is that?
Like a million.
Okay.
No,
and every day, any day you don't bring a cake, I'm gonna remind you because you need to bring a
No,
cake.
I won't do it. I'm just messing, but I think that mentality is good one. That it's just like every day is a miracle. Every day is exciting. You should wake up excited to attack
you
life.
don't really need to wake up. You don't really need to wait till your birthday before you could celebrate.
Yeah,
Man.
tomorrow
I
is the
celebrate
promise,
every day, man.
so
You can't.
when
You know,
wake up, I mean,
somebody
shower.
sleeps at night, doesn't wake up in the morning.
Exactly.
So wake up in the morning. Thank God, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's the way it is.
But that is funny though. Like when you said you're the most boring person like off the field. Like that's how I feel too.
That is in America. But
Oh, in America.
When I back then in Nigeria, now I'm not boring, man.
Well, then you have all your friends and family. You can
I
hang
got
out.
my friends
Yeah.
and family. I go to karaoke's. I like singing.
Karaoke, yeah.
I do. I go to karaoke's. I sing. Like in a week, I can go to karaoke like thrice.
Yeah.
So I do karaoke's a lot. I do movies. Go to the cinema.
I like.
Yeah,
the
you know
movies.
the sound like it's different from the one you have at home.
I'm not the cinema type, you know. So
You don't like movies?
I love movies. I don't like going to the cinema, you know.
Why? Because you're trapped in there. You can't go on your phone.
I don't know. Yeah, like play PlayStation. I'd rather play PlayStation.
Yeah, I
You're a
do.
big FIFA guy, huh?
Yeah, you know.
Panina is always playing FIFA.
But
And
the
he's
fact is
always
that
losing.
I'm looking.
Losing?
I'm looking
No
for Panin.
way, man. I'm the
looking for-
best FIFA player in the team.
No, you
honestly.
can say that. You've not played me. I've been looking
okay.
for
You
you.
wanna bet $100, $100?
No, I'm not gonna bet. But I'm gonna beat you.
You're gonna beat me.
I promise that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Matt, you're here.
I'm hearing it. Yeah.
All right. We'll see.
So FIFA's a big one. That's what you like to play.
Yeah,
FIFA.
FIFA is the big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in Nigeria, I can play FIFA for 7 hours.
Yeah. But not in America. You can't play FIFA.
No, like back then, I had FIFA in my room, so I could play for 7 hours without getting tired.
Yeah.
It was one of the things that kept me going too.
It is funny. Because that's something I didn't realize when I was growing up is how different it was. Like when I imagined what it was like being a pro soccer player versus what it's really like, you know? Because like in some ways it's everything I dreamed of. It's so much fun. You're playing every single day. You get to play, you kick a ball around for a job. But at the same time, I didn't realize how much free time of just like resting, relaxing is that you need and that you also have, you know?
Yeah, right.
It's crazy. Like
But you know-
it's kind of slow sometimes. You're like,
you know-
Yeah, it's kind of slow sometimes.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
The
yeah.
funniest thing about football is that even when you're on your off day, I think, okay, now we have a off day.
We have off today, tomorrow, and
Today,
on
no,
Monday.
not today because we train today. Tomorrow,
Okay, but like from
Yeah.
from now,
tomorrow and Monday.
you're off.
But I bet you're gonna play football between these 2 days.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, you see, this is what we love doing.
Yeah, probably
So
Monday.
it's not even because of the money, but it's something that is our passion.
It's a passion. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you're doing something that you love doing, and you get paid for it.
Yeah.
That's huge fun.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I said, I said, honestly, if I could survive, I would, if someone offered me a contract where it's like, we'll give you food and rent, and that was my only contract ever, and they couldn't give me any money and I somehow could make it work, I'd do it. Cause it's like versus working behind a desk or something, that would suck. So now for like, I want to know about like your guys' routine, and I'm going to ask a couple questions, then that would probably be it for the podcast. But like for your routine, is there anything that you do or you've been added to your routine? Like anything special that you do that's outside of like a normal, just living your life? Do you like meditate? Do you do like any workouts or prehab or something that's like, that you think helps your game?
Yeah, I do meditate a lot. And I think a lot of meditations I do actually comes to reality. Like I sit down, I fantasize.
Like visualization?
I visualize almost, and I'm telling you, it comes to pass. It comes to pass. When I was young, I had some vision. You know, I sit down, I visualized. And today, everything I thought about then is actually happening. So I do that a lot too. And I do some other sports too.
Other sports?
Tennis.
Oh, you play tennis?
Lawn tennis
Lawn
or
tennis.
the lawn tennis?
Yeah,
lawn tennis?
I love it. Like the tennis.
Like
just normal
like
tennis.
Rafael Nadal.
Oh, you talk about table tennis versus actual tennis?
No, not the actual tennis.
The actual tennis.
But I'm not that good still.
You're not as good as Rafael Nadal?
No, Rafael what? Like, you're trying to tell me like I'm not that good as Cristiano Ronaldo, or I'm not that good as Messi?
Yeah.
No, that comparison is just too long. What? You're comparing a small lake with a big river?
Yeah.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, it takes a big sacrifice to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Panin? Do you do anything in like your daily routine that you think helps you?
But I like the gym.
Like the gym?
Yeah, like I like to do a lot of bicycle, biceps or biceps or whatever.
Just biceps, huh?
Yeah, biceps, because I think I need to grow some muscles. You know.
We were talking about that, about how to gain weight. Everybody gives you advice, huh? Everybody has to chime in.
Man.
Yeah, but there's,
know, right?
there's this new attitude I just learned recently. Bicycles, like before every training session, I do 35.
35
minutes.
what?
Every day, 35 minutes. Every day before training. As long as we're in Titan, I do 35 minutes on the bike. Resistance maybe like 6. Then I also get the steps 1,000, sometimes 500 with high intent with speed. So every day I do that, and
Get the body warm and everything?
get the body warm, you know, get my thighs tight,
Yeah.
and then it's working.
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. That's I'm all about like warming up and everything. And now, so like let's do some questions now just to finish up. Like if you could go back to yourself as like go back in a time machine and talk to yourself as a younger kid, when would you go back and what would you say to him?
If I could go back to like when I was a kid.
Yeah. Or whenever, like, so like for me, I would go back to when I was 18 and give myself some advice when I was 18. And I would tell him like to not worry about, like, well, my coach basically told me that I couldn't play college soccer. I had to go back and talk to him and give him advice about that.
Okay, I think I should go back to when I was 22.
When you were 22?
Yeah, I think that was when I hit my peak. But I was this kind of player. I mean, like back in Nigeria, I had a lot of fame. Like when I say I had a lot of fame, like I can't step out the street without someone noticing me. You know,
Wow.
Hey, what are you doing? But in Nigeria, they don't like autograph. They like photos.
Like whatever. Not in Nigeria, in Africa.
They
You know,
they
in
like
Africa.
autograph. They like photo. Hey, can I have a picture with you? So I was like a golden fish. I had no hiding place. But then I think I was mixing too much pleasure to the game, and it actually slowed me down a bit. Even if I was still progressing, but I think I would have been somewhere higher than where I am right now. So if I could actually speak to myself, I should go back to 22.
And then just tell him to keep a level head,
Yeah,
like focus.
keep your head up, keep working. There's time for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Panin?
Yeah, I think I'll go back to when I was like 16, because I think I had this coach who once told me I can't make it in football. You know?
Oh, yeah?
He told me once that, I mean, I didn't really come from a poor family, but my family was okay, like in terms of, I mean, good condition or that. My family was okay. So he tried, like, I mean, this coach told me that, hey, I've never seen, a good background guy that has made it in football, you know,
Like the football is for the poor.
Yes, that was basically what
I
he was
see.
trying to say, you know. So I don't have this kind of energy to
The hunger,
the hunger because he knows where I was coming from, you know. So, but I told him, hey, I know where I'm coming from, but I could just sleep and just enjoy life, you know. But I know what I want in life. I don't depend on my family's success. I want to build mine. I want to build my empire, you know. I want to make a good name for myself. So I told him, hey, I'll keep pushing. I'll keep fighting for what I want, and I'll always have this passion for football. And today here I am.
Yeah.
Well,
This coach keeps. He comments on my stuff on social media.
Really?
You know,
like,
yes,
seriously?
really. I'll show it to you after
I'm
this.
so glad you proved him wrong.
Yes, he every picture I post on Facebook, on Instagram, or whatever, he comments on.
Is
it.
he like your biggest fan now, though?
Well, I don't know, but he keeps commenting.
No,
and
wait.
He was a white man.
Wait, have you tried?
Those white guys,
Some of them.
all of them, they suck.
Hold on. Have you tried to remembering him about what he said?
No. I don't have time for that.
No, I will.
Yeah.
I will.
I don't have time.
If I were you,
Well,
I
he's
would.
coached me before, so then
Probably some people say these things and they forget. But I will actually tell you because he might also tell that to someone else. And someone that doesn't have a strong mentality, doesn't have this strong zeal, can just back up.
Yeah, right.
Because he's a coach, right?
Yeah.
So if a coach is telling you, you go to training and the coach is telling you, man, you can't do this. Man, it's psychological side.
He
down.
was my coach basically.
So you see that?
Yeah.
But I would tell him. Like there's a story. You know Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey had a story. Like he said, he wanted to be on TV, and his teacher in school told him that he can never be on TV, that he doesn't know how to speak. He's not even bold enough to stand in the front of a class to speak. So how is he going to be on TV? But today he's on TV, and he said every year he buys that teacher a TV, so the teacher can watch him. So you see, I will actually I will remind him. Probably he has forgotten. So, you know why I said I would remind him? So he wouldn't do that to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
I got you.
It's crazy though that there's like as a coach or as a parent or whatever, you would go and tell somebody who's at that age where they're like your authority figure and be like, no, you can't make it. You can't be a pro. You can't do this
I
because
mean,
you don't know.
those. I mean, you should expect these kind of obstacles. There are obstacles in the way. You know.
Yeah.
You just have to try and endure it. Just try to find your way out of these obstacles. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not everybody can do that.
No.
It's not everybody can do that. So
Right.
when you're telling this to someone that is very feeble, someone that's very naive about what he wants in life, then it can actually break the person down.
And then one of the last questions, we'll do two more. One of the last questions is there anything that like any moment of your career that we haven't touched on in this podcast that like you want to talk about that I like missed? Just going, because we went, it's hard. You have a full career.
Not forgetting about my award in Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
So there was this 8-nation tournament in Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, of course, Ivory
Eight
Coast.
Nation, was it like Wafu?
No, it was like a tournament, like under 20 tournament.
Okay, on the 20.
Yeah, under 20 tournament. And my academy represented Ghana in that year.
Oh, wow.
So it was like an 8-nation tournament there. And I was the best player of the tournament.
Whoa,
Great
Panin, big
achievement.
player, Panin.
Big player, I know.
Big player,
I'll show you pictures of
Panin.
it after the podcast.
That's
man.
sick. Did you have like, that was, how old were you? Like 18? Was that
Wow, that was long. I won't remember honestly. Yeah, but I need to. No, I can't. Honestly.
It was back. It was back.
Yeah,
when
it
you were a
was
kid.
back. But I mean, I will remember it because it was a great achievement for me. You know, being picked as the best player of the tournament. I mean, in front of like 8-nation countries.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's-
it was a great
that's-
achievement. for me.
Man, what is mine gonna be? I think I had a coach in one of my years when I was playing. I don't know what I did to the coach, but he doesn't just like me. But guess what? I play in the games and I play everything. He didn't have any option of keeping me in the bench because I was actually doing well, and the honors of the team was it was glaring that I was doing well. So he had to play me, but he doesn't give me instruction. Hey, you're in the lineup. You're starting. Like, what am I gonna do on the field? Nothing. No instruction. No nothing.
Yeah.
Like I'm just there. So I'm like, what's wrong with this, man? So so it was very difficult, you know, you're not having a good relationship with the coach. Probably he had a player he had in mind to play, and maybe I was outshining the player or something, and he doesn't talk to me. So you're staying in the team that coach, you don't have a good relationship with the coach. He doesn't talk to you. Doesn't give you instruction. Like whatever you do, you're solely on your own. No corrections. No nothing. Man, it's crazy. But I had to do what I had to do. I had to keep my head up, and I knew it was just a phase, and I still worked out and I passed it. So it was awful. It's an experience I don't want to get.
Yeah, and just in a bad situation. And then last thing, what do you have any advice like for? There's a lot of kids who are watching this that want to be pro, they want to follow in your guys' footsteps and achieve what you guys have achieved. What's your advice to them right now?
Go first.
Okay. I'm just gonna be very brief and precise.
Yeah.
Education is not everything, but you just need the basis. Okay. They should keep the dream. They need perseverance. They need to stay focused. They need to be determined. They need a lot of sacrifice. They should fight for the dream. They shouldn't let nothing stop them. No barriers. When I was playing like a kid, initially I didn't have the support of my parents. I was so brilliant in school. They were like, nah, you have to be in school. I'm like, I can combine both. I can go to school. They were like, no, your grades are falling. Your grades are going down. I said, no problem. Like, you don't expect my grades to be high when I'm combining this and this. But at the point, they came to one of my games to watch. And when they came, what they saw, the atmosphere, everything was just so positive about me. People were talking a lot about me. Man, sir, this is your son? The boy is so good, man. Push him. He's doing so well. Back then, I didn't even have football. I didn't have cash to get football boots. But every time I play, you see a volunteer come, hey, come, get me football boots. So at the point, they started supporting me. But if I had backed up when they said, don't, probably I won't be where I am today. So they should keep their dream. They should keep their focus. They should aim at what they want. No going back. And the sky is just gonna be the starting point.
Yeah, that's true. Like whatever, like the area like that you want to with anything. Like if you want to be an artist or whatever, like just focus in that area.
Yeah.
And not listen to like what society or your parents or whatever what they're forcing on you.
It takes just 1 second to break through.
Yeah, yes. It's like that. Have you heard that? Like that's a Jim Carrey quote where his dad wanted to be a comedian, but he was too scared, so he took the safe route and was an accountant or something. But then he got fired and like lost all of his money. So it's like you can fail taking the safe route, so you might as well try to go for what you want to do in life because you can fail no matter what.
Exactly.
So.
Right.
When you fail and stay down, then you're a failure. But when you fall,
right,
you have to stand up.
Panin, advice?
Yeah, to all the young ones watching this podcast, or anyone that watching this podcast, all I want to say is just believe in yourself. Believe in whatever you do. Put passion in whatever you do. Whatever goal you've set, just make a big sacrifice and go for what you want. Don't let any obstacle or anything bring you down. If you fall 7 times, stand up 8. Just go for what you want and don't let anything or anyone bring you down. That's the advice I want to give. Believe in yourself.
And also, for those that are depressed, for those that feel like quitting, not only the younger ones, we have failed 1,000 times, but we still rise. Because of determination, because of drive. So for those that are depressed, for those that feel like giving up, please don't give up. Keep the dream. It's going to pay off one day.
Right. Sometimes it takes that 10 years to get that 1 year to change your life,
Yeah,
that's all.
That's a good statement.
You just wrap that up.
Yeah, I like that a lot. It takes 10 years. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, well, we'll end it there unless you guys have anything else that you want to talk about or bring up.
Man, it's been a long day. We need to rest.
I'm so happy. Honestly, I'm so happy to be on this podcast with my famous friend, Sheldon. I'm so happy to be here. Now I feel like a big pro, to be on this platform.
This is the highlight of your career, right?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having us on your show, man. I appreciate. I know you appreciate stuff.
I've always dreamed of coming to this podcast, So I'm happy to be here.
Good. I'm happy that you guys are here. But anyway, this is Panin and Mfon. All their social media information is going to be in the description. It'll be popped up on you guys' chest when you start speaking as well. Yeah. So, and once again, big thank you to Chaos Soccer Gear for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. Check them out in the description, or if you guys are just listening, Chaos Soccer Gear, CHAOS soccergear.com. Panin, what's up?
One question.
Yeah.
How does it feel like to be verified on Instagram?
Oh, Panin, why are you doing this?
Hey, I almost forgot that one, man.
This?
Come on, how does it feel to be?
For like an hour.
We're not done yet.
Are you serious?
But it's actually cool, you know. It's a different kind of recognition.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just so glad the same blue check they gave to Ronaldo, they gave it to me too. So
You're on the same platform with Ronaldo. You know?
Seriously. Yours is coming soon because you got it on Facebook now, huh?
Yeah, you
I
got
have
it on Facebook.
Yeah.
But I ain't got mine on. I don't have mine on Facebook.
I don't have mine anywhere, so
Wow.
it's coming.
No, but
It's coming.
We
It's
don't have
coming.
that in due course.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
No, but thanks for bringing that up, Panin. You know, it feels great. It will come. I'll get the blue check eventually.
Yeah. One day, you know.
All right, guys, this is the Against All Odds
Come.
podcast. Thank you very
Come.
much for listening,
Come.
and thank you to Panin and Mfon for coming on the podcast. So, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.